Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are in... Bradberry? Buckberry? Brackenberry. There we go.
What is it?
And we're going to visit with Lady Webb. And then we're going over to the sanitarium. And see if we can help our AO off. And then...
As you wish.
I'm pressing buttons I shouldn't press. Lovely. I think we want to go upstairs. Yeah, I think this is a room we couldn't go into. And now we should be able to go into. But Webb, we'll see you now. Oh, so by the way, boop, that's better. Now that we're in here, what secrets do you has?
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, well, that's money. That's a 7. We can hit
Not
a 7.
sure how I feel about this. Hope that helps.
What you has? You has just a fine crossbow. That's lackluster. Now just go encrypted shorthand. Someone clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers. The flesh strips thin to near translucent with extreme age. Sorry, just trying to adjust head sound. Upper side. And on the side. I got one veil over pale blue veins, ink splotches a can of burn, starred and striped her hands like a quilt pattern after some gray indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aothis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
This is something we would picture any love moment to be like.
Since then, as I understand it, you entered a quarantine district that is absolutely off limits to all civilians, and somehow managed to walk back out with your life. What could possibly have been on your mind to make you do such a thing?
I've technically done that twice. Investigating.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason.
Yeah, why would they, activate tower and make zombies? That just seems like a rude thing to do, doesn't it? Like, very, very rude.
You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
Yeah, ran across a man in one of the rooms. It's one light finds him again. Close his eyes, then the lids flicker. Now her face goes still and her mouth parts, then more than a sliver. And her hand briefly drops open, throwing some of her portraits to the ground. The pages wrapped about her legs like the leaves on a tiny tree. Flesh eyelids peel back and her gaze is immediately upon you.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. one of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
By the way, how you know that?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it.
Right.
You even
simple
happened to
matter.
catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion. More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The leaden key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it.
So he's over 2,000 years old.
What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many
No.
times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man. Awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of
Yeah,
things.
it doesn't sound.
But
like
he
the
is said to be
natural order.
one of Whitaker's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism. That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity.
Well, he sounds like sort of a dick.
He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
But you're acting like I don't matter to him. I obviously matter to him because past me knew him. Current me just knows that he awoken past me. But anyway, how you know so much about him?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
But what else is there to know about this cult?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal. Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary, and he does not fail.
Well, what do you want me?
Keep
what,
me informed. The leaden key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you.
So keep doing what I'm doing. Gotcha.
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Why would you pick two? And if I refuse? But thou must.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
Well, that's something I could tell you about.
Well, let's hear it.
So basically what she wants me to do is sum up all these quests to her. But we haven't done all these quests yet. But we now know what we need to do. So let's start with this. The Griffin Tower contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. They decide to activate.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since.
Headset.
The Leaden
Why?
Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The
Sorry,
applications
just
of this machine
constantly
you
slides
speak
about.
of, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, it made zombies.
If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
Yeah, just tell them, hey, we're hunting a secret organization that's like in numerous places and doesn't even know its own members. Can you totally help us with that? Yeah, that's not something that seems like they could really help with. But it's encouraging. I hope that we are not too late.
Try your best not to die out there.
I mean, she has a good point. Try our best not to die out there. Okay, I'll try my best not to die out there. But yeah, it's like they have agents everywhere. The agents don't even know which ones are other agents, so doesn't really sound like something you could just, oh yeah, we'll get the Duke involved. How many agents do they have monitoring the Duke? Or inside his court? Other stuff. Anyway. To the sanitarium. Who do I talk to in here, Alof?
Hail and well met.
Does anyone here know anything about awakenings? Every time I mentioned the lower floor came all the way from Reverna to study them. Tasted out to look for Barrasage. You remember the thing he admits. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one could still be certain whether they meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own. Few of the less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They perpetual nuisance. Once again, I'm reminded of how imperious I am of your gifts. I suspect you would be of some use to verify once in a day. You are Archer's Leaden Key as well, I take it? Eh, they're up to something. They are always up to something. That you may rest assured. The plots that come to involve you, you have my sympathies. You have any idea who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. However, in that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident administrators. If you're interested with both patients in the college, you'll find them here or in the offices downstairs. For anything suspicious to me immediately, this is my only request. Okay. Hi, Admiral.
Welcome.
Anything about awakenings? Nope. Okay, let me try
Good day
again.
to you.
I know more about the sanitarium. The mission that attracted me here, their treatment is disturbed. No one seems to care for them. Here they worry. They've worked wonders for them. Cure insatiable hunger and uncontrollable urges. I've seen the Griffin walk and they just work smart all within these walls. That doesn't help me with my quest. You has a name. No, you're just one of those. Go away, stop. How about Nans? Nans, investigate possible link key address isn't seeing anything suspicious. Oh, I'm afraid I'm too after my own research to pay a mind to what goes on here. One other animators might know something. Awakenings. Okay, well, let's go downstairs. Have we met Sage before? Were you the one here in the torture chamber? Yes, you were. Hi, Sage. I'm looking for Aspirin Awakened. That would be me, though the lack of research substance made me more of an expert in carrying floorboards. I'd like to transfer animacy success in, but trusting pre-awakened souls is soothing those whose souls have already awakened. These subjects are more of the patients who are too broken to produce reliable results. It's a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. Well, I have a phone too. God, who is it? I don't know about this. Oh, we say the process is perfectly harmless. All I must do is stand in that cage. Sure, just go stand in that cage, Alof. I beg your pardon? I jest, your dreams are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgraded him to a cell. Again, I jest. Turn you sit here. Today's all up and stare to the couch. I try to relax, but don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. Shame we don't have a model animation for her putting him on a couch. Indeed, his eyes are humorless. What sorts will these? Low cold, but the copper also help conduct your essence down as fast as thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrist. She ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now I tell me your soul through my scope. She's into her desk and produces a long chambered tube, knobs out with small toothed wheels. While on the side of the device, very larger lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. Significantly, I found the angles and densities that allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Isma more? I like that lady. Of course you do, Adder. But first we must find this cunning interloper. You will enter some personal questions before I make adjustments. Now scrums on the couch. Very well. Holds the scope to her eye and flips the knob to begin. Tell me something personal, something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. It was just normal child living in Sinford. What do you remember about your home? Speech off, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. You told softly, luring him into the midst of his own memory. Palisade doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing its essence, tangling its many threads. Close his eyes, comfortable and modest, quiet when mopers away, which is most of the time, quiet enough to hear the clink of glass on wood. That's why I know to be most careful. Father's good about hiding the follows, or when she is always good at pretending not to notice them. It's good, I'm starting to see something. Continue, tell us about the time you awakened. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I'm 50 training mopers home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, she's only angry with her, but he has assured that I have had trouble casting missiles. My flame shields are unstable. He is fierce that I have failed. Most persons remind him that he has failed too. First blow takes me by surprise. One moment I'm sweeping the kitchen, then I'm sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up, shield my fighters, but it is pointless. Touching one thing only leads to something else being exposed. Step hard on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retain the vision of the kitchen, and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. His jaw launches and his eyes twitch beneath the lids. Medico? Medico? He's hypnotized someone with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it quickly. I almost have it. Slap, I love. The memory isn't real. Open by his question, and you see them as is. And wait about those riders you see in the space with your ears. They were even now for ye. Jose says a deep breath through her teeth. That's it. I've seen a shift in his essence. Something spreading and conjuring. Chikan said you overscope. Keep talking, he seems to respond to you. So what brought you here? Cracking bones and voices high and higher. That warm molasses fear in the crypts down your guts when your crisis is near. I felt how we have flouted a totally distinct essence. Now try to get the two of them talking. And for telling why I laugh how you've awakened. thought he's the one who needed me, hiding his own bone bag like a turtle in its shell. Now turn it over to you. Oh, yes, very good. I can now see two separate patterns of essence, where he ebbs, the overflows. As if they're working so fills the space that he leaves empty. Go on. What's that letter taken from him? Not more than I'm giving. You should ask what I did with the old man. It is how the last time he laid a hand on us, I broke it in 3 places. It wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Now I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with ye, and damned if I let ye ninnying dragging us both through the scooper. Like, very good. I think I finally got something we can work with. Track Newsman's essence throughout the exchange. She had particularly high density indents during the most heated portions of the argument. And her essence seemed to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right around this flame, which of course means that she was driven by black bile. No doubt the subject's terroristic melancholy is to blame. Enough blinks back at you. Mystery's perturbation, and you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horseshit. Yes, never mind my user training. I suppose you have a better explanation. And you close to think her appearances are related to potential source of trouble for Anloff. I suppose that could be true. I should check this against our research. Obviously, it's his spleen. Well, good for you, but what does this mean for me? Firm's there notes. Tapping her cheek with a quill, making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her steering a glance at you over the pages. She did you a favor by doing your fault, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. You should listen to her half as much as I do. You wouldn't say that. A lot to process, regardless. Thanks for your help, Miles. He does not look at Barrett's stage. Whatever this has been useful to you as it has been to me, I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toaster of our fancy off. I advancing the right wise principles and animals. It's just what you've always wanted. As you're about to leave, you catch a dry movement out of the corner of your eye. Barrett sees you humming to herself, dark where her skull bio up is holding a note. She's about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds the finger to his lips, his eyes will wide and imploring. Please don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. And you're honest now. You get your explanation, she gets her research. That was the deal. And thank goodness I helped you explain this one, Skull Boy.
Well?
Well, that was the thing. Apparently that quest is done. Okay, well, that was the thing.
Of course.
So,
How may I help?
Bailoff. So, about your parents, yes. Where's your mother gone so often? She tried to join a hand with a later thing that when I was very young, his sister was a 5-day ride from our home in the Sifward, so that was welcome. The real show was my father. Despite his initial agreement with the arrangement, father was never happy with it. He'd hammered in her my mother when she was home. He wanted to know whether she was intimate with the thing. How many times she swore she wasn't, and it was never enough. Imagine that led to her coming home much less often than she still supported us financially. After Farmer had a problem with his temper. Farmer found my mother's handling, even though they agreed upon it so long ago, that the financial benefits we consider without was a little different from his role as their steward and him. And so he drank and raged. When she was home, he raged at her, and when she wasn't, he raged at me. More than anything, he wanted me to become an arcane knight and the source of his earl. I think he felt that would validate his chosen career and master. He was a firm man. As you saw, but in the end, I became a success where it was due to no small part of his strictness. Nonsense, your comments not your own, and you would have been fine without pushing you. You're so certain? I don't know, I wanted from my life then, I surely might have been so focused with a lot of that direction. What's a happening? Somewhere a marriage between folk and elf because the Adrian mainland has historically been split between the two races by many institutions that are designed to normalize relations. Harmonica is headed by folk, but elf and concert rules alongside the running something. That's the most prominent example of that. In many cases, allows two households to pool resource among the aristocratry. Consolidate power, sometimes as in my mother's can I say, is a means for a noble to add another administrator to his or her household. Consorts are received with almost the same level of respect as their noble counterparts, which can be extremely useful. Of course, hamlets are sometimes used to sanitize. That's marital fail. I don't know if that's really better, but it seems to satisfy common notions of decency and elfin folk. Units of sterile, which no doubt eases some concerns. Okay. So now you understand a little more about what it is, man. Anything I mess with my spleen? Black bile? Come on. You still learn something, don't you? I guess you and I have a lick of good sense between us. The average person, show them a shiny gadget in the hands of an expert and they'll believe anything. I don't know, I think you'd be more pleasant without your spleen. Oh, hilarious. We should have her take a look at you. I wonder what she'd like to remove then. So why did you want to take her notes? Like I said, I didn't pressure her prying. Apparently that's all we can discuss.
What is it?
Well, were you in here before? I don't think you were in here before.
Hello?
Really got it. Yeah. Anything unusual been happening around here? You were joking, this is the sanitarium. Nothing is unusual down here. Well, now that I think of the patients seem more agitated lately, but though Cadman Azor's responsibility, not mine. Cadman Azor, yeah. Oh, this trunk. This trunk is special. It has dialogue. There's Ripley.
Welcome.
None of us getting sufficient activity. I'm just Master Ezra's assistant. You know more about that, but he's in the middle of his bit. I'm busy with some patients. You won't be able to see him until he comes out from the patient ward. If there's anything else, I need to get back to work. Busy around some sort of experiment. This is instance not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. How do I get into the patient ward? Only Master Answer is Bastos, I guess head warder and person does too, but he's, you know, a statue now. So yeah, everyone reports you to her. Anything over here? No. Okay guys, I need in now. But I can't get in now. Do I have to go back up and yell at the statue? I might have to go back up and yell at the statue. Do I seriously have to go up and yell at the statue? Hi,
Gods keep
statue. Maybe it's coming and running experiments on the patients now. Experiments coming and discharge patients welfare now. Not if there are any more experiments. Just for Captain, I had hoped you would be the one to guide your inquiry. Being an officer on the patient wants I'm granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you wish to speak to him further on this matter, and I'm curious what you might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards, though, if you're a dangerous case, or else actually do your best not to agitate the patients. Okay, do not agitate patients. Do not murder patients. Be on best behavior and just find person. Do. Everyone says you can go in and be careful now. Out telling that. Don't keep these poor swords up top. Must be visit someone. Friendly person, I hope. What do you know about Basil? Oh, I like him very much. Many animals could kill us without patience. Look at us like vermin with our experiments with master energies just like humans. Even the very sick, you can tell he does his best to help. Does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal of myself, and I know he's done the same for others. Too bad what they did to him. He has it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to him? He don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He said to go on the price and Deerwood, but there's reputation here and that. So I brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy. Dark Rush. Even if he was a fair showman and he loves his homeland, he thought he could help. I don't want to speak of his work, suspected his guards might have tried to steal it. Told me that wants to figure out a way to create a soul. Not so exactly, mind you, but how did he put it? Proxy, I think he called it. Some machine that drew energy out of the very evil, can you imagine it? The point is, it's going to help with the legacy. It's going to make Harbor into something easier to love and care for. God, you know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Andre's gift? No, tell me. Caballos. Buoys. There's so many of them they found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. No matter stress or schedule of public demonstrations working coupling. He was so excited. And then the next day he was locked in his office turning away visitors. I heard he stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't. It's hard to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Where can I find him? I haven't seen him around today. Have you checked his laboratory? Try the wall with this office. He's been spending most of his time there lately. By the way, flesh construct. That's not sus. I don't know what it is. Flesh construct. Also a lockpicks. But seriously, flesh construct. High guard. Why isn't that so back that we've had incidents with people? Why? It's because, yeah. But seriously, flesh constructs. Yeah, that should be sus enough. But what's happened when basically the Hollowborns, they put, you know, a bunch of animal souls in Hollowborn and then they became feral. Still, I'm concerned about all these flesh constructs. But I don't have to keep this. Oh, visitors. Okay. Oh, what's in him?
It's no trouble.
Oh.
Hope that helps.
Oh. What is this? Ravenwing, unique mace. Yeah. Damaging 3. That's not bad. Accuracy. Cool.
It's no trouble. Hope that helps.
And some thing. Anyway, sup. A round-faced balding man turns his face to his upper lip is pulled upward. Slightly by his pointed nose, is forcing his upper cheek when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
I need to know if you've seen any unusual behavior of your patients. You're gonna get a lot of looks asking questions like that and stand tearing for that bounce. Try to spend a little time treating them since I've been reducing my capacities. You might have luck with some of our more functional patients. They tend to congregate in the main area, just past the entrance to the patient wards. Well, what's his face told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yes, well, The mirror hasn't done much good for anyone since he had it still moved to an inanimate object. So I fair to see why you let that sway me. Family answers all follow the commands of the leaders where will we be? We don't believe us backward and willful ignorance for sinners. We would know nothing about life or death, or even ourselves. Would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. And finally, I find myself in agreement with Stash, but everyone was right about this fellow at least. How easily ambition masquerades as prudence, how bad he's fooled even himself. Well, surely there are paths that don't involve risking lives.
Indeed. Many lives have been spent in such pursuits, writing treatises and poems. But tell me this, how does one verify the truth of a poem? If some philosopher stumbled across the meaning of our existence, how would we know it from a false one? These are wasted lives. In Animancy there is progress. We are measurably closer to complete understanding because of our work, and that will be true until our work is complete.
I see.
Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an Animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Research found on any other perceptions. My path, yes, no point lying about. Now that FMO more is involved. As for volunteers from patients that feel brave souls came forward. It's very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood their sacrifice would mean something. Why would you demote? How did it happen? That's not your concern. Well, I was put you up to this, Admiral. That smug weasel. Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know. I see. And we could ask that, but yeah. Good, now I have to go interview patients. Time to go interview patients. Hi.
Hail, traveler.
And the patient actually unusual. Oh, it's Patessa who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. And who they say only has half a soul. Was found collecting the faces of others because he believes his own to be a false one. Grammy speaks in language no one understands well at night time sometimes. Different than norm here, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose for that. Knowing they didn't volunteer from actual letters know that a number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The North Ward had some most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's kind of quiet over there since it started. It's great to see them talking to and taking in the most. He struggles, but he was a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? I had to keep them separate. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow visitors to Master Ed, so Master Academy is very sympathetic. Alright, Basil, can I get into the North Ward?
What is it?
Okay, so special eyes there for a reason. You haven't gotten permission to come my investigation out now.
My answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help you. The head warden will stand by me. She's a patient! That blazing woman knows nothing of the nature of my experiments. Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Good. Then I'm going into the North Ward. Still not sure I like how many flight funds stretch downhill. Well, but what's your story? Asher said he'd make me better soon. I see. So what's in the North Ward? Thundery sky, rain of blood, innocence must drown. Lovely. Is this my face? Tell me. Ah, Graham. The fan has the look in his eye of a hunted animal. As she approached, she stares backward to the far corner cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls of getting further away from you. He cries a bizarre primal utterance like nothing you have heard. Questions. Brown looked at you blankly. It's unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He's not to speak, but the words that come out half-formed as though his tongue were cut out. Then possibly discern if indeed they are words at all. Once Aaron managed to do this to him, you could see what comes of them meddling. So you were being treated by Cadman Azzo. The ship uncertainly slowly turning, he stepped closer to the front of his cell. So for the first time you could perceive his soul within your kin. It is misshapen as though made by some jagged instrument, and large and expansive that had been gouged out entirely. You had no power to resistance. If you wanted, you could look further into his soul. Peer into his soul. You project outward toward the main cell in front of you, merging with its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisked you into its depths. You're in your cell, key turns, the door creaks open, neglected hinges, thoughts coming to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a rotund, bowed man, his upper teeth and pointy nose remind you of a rat, beckons, apologetic. You don't want to go, anything else, in your mind a single word, and the word is no, but his arms before reaches his lips, you press against the back wall corner, you cry out. Darkness, you fight against unseen restraints, you cannot move, your arms are lazy, the man watching the room carrying a lit candle, a flame casting long shadows across books and machinery. Stretched behind your arms and legs, cold mental circumscribes the crown on your head and the breath of your chest. The man is sorry he's in need of raw materials. They dismantle his work and he needs to know his source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then you turn to stop and you feel yourself begin to crack from within, and you can feel a piece of you torn away, like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats. And you were screaming a scream you could barely hear. Another night, another footsteps outside your door coming for you, but you look through a slit in your door. The flesh giant, the artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing in the hall with the boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant composes for a moment, then rights itself, turns away and leaves. Huh. Dig begins. And the CEO is still wild-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you, then what's better than no sound? Speech of the patient at the end of the hall. What about this one? So what you're saying is this plot device door. Cause, hey, look. Isn't this very sus? Like, everything leads up to this door right here at the very end of the hall. We have an Usgrim. A willing adolescent boy stands in the center of the cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, and occasionally blinks the occasional blink his own movement. It is unclear whether he registered presence at all behind his glassy doll-like eyes. The state the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you wish it. Reach out for his soul. You close your eyes and edge forward towards the boy's soul, and as you kneel, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath. As you do on the caravan journey, the soul you approach is the wrong one. Perhaps a plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless. You crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to react, and already you feel yourself plunging into some immediate abyss of thought and memory. Standing still now, the same cell in the sanitarium, the halls are moonlit and empty. You are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in the syrupy beneath the stone archway. Amidst the huge rounds, the same stops every time. The misbegotten child of despondent creators. The construct is close. You call yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a member. You can sense his body behind you collapsing to the floor. However, the strings are cut. You are rushing towards the goal now. Body lifts as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself. Quickly, you feel the strain hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. Passing the golem showing overtake the soul implanted within, circling and suppressing it, and containing this new vessel, you are strong again. Step heavy forward down corridors unhealed by the other construct and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the man, coming at last to an office pile of birds inscribed in papers in the perverse influence of animancy. Set your oversized hands upon a large machine and nest of globes and tubes and cores in the central room and go to work, bending wires in an unsettling alignment. Genres are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them. They dissolve into a blur when they settle into place again. You are studied on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd, They're high above you on the tiered seats of amphitheater. You're acting for the crowd. Stand delivery still, but this is no play. Power man with own life features is strapping you to a machine, the one you have tampered with. You see your arms for the first time. Sure and fleshy are mistakenly those of a little girl, but this body is not yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. But itself is coded in factness, but unlike the others, this one has no soul of its own. Now speaks in the crowd applause for enthusiasm over a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says, and pours aloud. The machine shows and spots in a fierce sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow, but the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens the valve and the glow crawls through a tube along a length of copper wire that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. Sure, nothing reaches you as it should be, but you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and settings, and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn, but you make it look like how people would expect it to look when my body is appears to a soul. In a moment the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing over the scientist's concern. To back up the crowd, behold, he says, and there's always hesitation in his voice. So you take a plodding step forward, then another, look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasp. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks, a volume meant for the crowd, and this is the moment. At the top of the line, you let out a piercing shriek. It comes towards you, it sounds outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. By all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You dive your head down into the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panic screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body's already ceased proper functions and merely twitches on the cold ground. That's why you deport the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? You pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of unmemories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past the betrayals and murders, lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of wants behind mortal comprehension. To at last a room you have seen before, expansive with tall device and casting it. As a monolith at center, the room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. So basically, I'm not entirely sure if it's this boy's soul or this boy was just a host to this soul that basically this soul just I'm just gonna leave, take over this, flesh golem, then I'm just gonna go leave and take over this little girl, because I've been busy ruining all this, all Azor's experiment notes and shit. Now that I have control of the little girl, I'm going to ram her head into the machine and break both things, because it makes animancy look bad. Your yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell was looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There was no mistaking now that it is the soul of Thyros. Thyros is basically just put his soul in the boy and sent all over the fucking place. Then you went searching for the cages up on that borrowed husk. Oh, watcha. I'll leave you show comment past, I'm just looking for some answers. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. A slight grunty noise, and his eyes soften for an instant. It seems for that moment he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what I was about to say. His jaw tightens. Know your look. You hunger. Hunger for answers that elude you. Not to your soul. You deserve your reason for being. You're like everyone. I will help you let go. Darts backwards from star and grace, putting himself out of reach. His face there was no mouth on the dispatch of a form pulling down a sick animal, then suddenly he slumps forward. Boy. Oh. Well, that's not good. That is low. Yeah, he just basically decided, you know what? We're just going to leave and possess everyone.
Were they wrong?
They have a dick move, you know? No way. Well, a lot of innocent people are going to die, aren't they?
As you
Basically
wish.
said, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna leave.
I shall be discreet.
I'm just gonna possess all the celestial elementals and let everyone out to murder you. Cause I'm a dick like that. Yeah, I'm sure the statue will love the fact that I murdered half his patients.
That one hit true.
Yeah, oh god, that's one.
That's it! Hey. What is it?
Oh yeah, by the way, I want to actually give myself a talent. If I can remember what it's called. Sometimes I don't really see my talent list when I level up, so... But I want to give myself a talent, just cause... It's one of those ones that I sort of need later on. The whole weapon set talent. Yeah. Trying to remember how it's called, though. Huh. Well, I had a list here. I just can't remember what the list was under. Here we go. References for items and shit. Talents. Where's my talents list? Those are armors and stuff. Where's the talents? There we go. Quick switch out? No. Huh. Not that. What was it? I was gonna say deep pockets. No, deep pockets would be the items one. Huh. Arms bearer, arms bearer. Bonus was granted arms bearer. What does that do for me? It gives me that. That's something I want to do. But I forget which sword I want though. That one's crit, just gonna give it prone. Not bad, but I think it's actually Drake Bell I want. Justice, I mean Justice isn't bad. That whole damages crush. Drake's Bell though is technically better because it has more pierce. And it's good for slaying beasts, which would technically be a dragon. A dragon is technically a beast in this. Just trying to decide which one I want. Crushing. You know what? Fine. Crushing. For now. Also needs enchantment. It needs exceptional. Can't have exceptional. Need more brains. Don't have more brains. Justice already has enchantment. Fine. Secondary damage. Can't really be changed. Slaying is one of those situational things. Well, it's like I'm not sure. Do I want Drake Spell or do I want that? Drake Spell already looks like it's fiery, doesn't it? Doesn't have fire, but it looks like it should have fire. So we'll make it look fiery. And we can make it fine while we wait for exceptional. Now, we made it look even more fiery. So yeah, I think I'll dick around with Drake Spell for a bit. It's better against Beast. I had to murder a bunch of people. What have you done? You've found my impatience against the world's mangling their souls. How could you possibly... Look, I had to be done. Everyone knows they took everything from me. Everything, when I was this close, I had to know. I had to know what I felt and why. I had the power if I succeeded. I had something that could make all these hollow infants into something like a real person. But feel more patrons and I feel your research, who knows? No one's come that close to the light. That's why I have to continue. We'll have to risk everything here working in secret. Why you have to lie to everyone for me? Tell me you clothed me of all suspicion. Yeah, I'd already face judgment.
That's it!
Was that necessary? I don't know, was it? Subject is a male, approximately early 30s, powers of speech absent. So much resolve the over-premeditation of soul. As such, is I just search for progress and research. However, foundation has caused severe pain and induced pain, and I have had to enlist aid regards and transfer from more recent procedures. Looks at Blake, I found an ample source of essence now. Versus self-responding procedure to in the future of the Proxy. You're in charge of the next logical course. Anyway, pretty sure I could go through and systematically murder all the flesh constructs, but yeah. Anyway, how goes things in here, Mordred? Is that okay? How about over here? I'm getting out of here. It's not safe anymore. Ah. Okay. Well, that's going well. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I'm actually gonna need that Drake spell for a later part. So yeah. Whoops. I didn't mean to click on that. You just forced me into it. I wasn't ready to click on anything. It's just by the way I was moving, and you just instantly instigate my conversation. When the blaze is happening now, you give permission to ask questions. Yeah, I have things under control until I kill the lead and spy. At which point she possesses a flesh construct. I have read accounts of people's history who do what you described. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some correspondents suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was here among us plotting a ruin, with that head, a body again, and it could be of some real use in our time of need, I feel what the future may hold for this place. Grateful you were able to dispatch the theft before the loss of innocent life. I murdered how many innocents? We were very nearly had no scandal on our hands. What of answer? What is very plain of this? Yeah, I murdered him. Such a waste, there was none more gifted working out in time. I have to hope to rebuild his image. A mind like his, so full of light as leaves little room for patience. Require more to the matter upon truth you have done this institution a favor, or its transgressions ever to reach the public. There will be terrible uproar. I was blind to trusting him a second time. Try to be more cautious in future inquiries and not murder half the people.
How do you do?
Oh, bye, statue. So, apparently that's for this area. I guess we just go to Gerwood. I think I'm back. But the ruins, do they mean we're... I don't do they mean Skane's ruins, or do they mean... Not 100% sure on that. Oh, for F's sake. You don't really provide much and you're expensive. How's my wall doing? It's not finished yet. Find someone who knows about the ruins. Okay, fine. Who knows about ruins? Pig farmer. Do you know about ruins? I finally see you again, business is looking up things. Oh, I know who would know about the ruins. The Bard. The Bard should know about the ruins. Bard.
Good day to you.
Sure, tell me about the Broken Stone War. Stuff. War of trees. What's a grief? I see. I see. That doesn't tell me what I wanted to know. Innkeep?
Good day, stranger.
I have a question about Dryford. Isn't that about in Griffin Ruin nearby? I know it was a special void. I don't know. Silver triangle, the left hand, but stomp around those sacred guns. Got satisfied with curiosity. Talk to Bedroom. He's in the temple now. Oh, hey, that guy. Okay. Oh shit, Warwick Hill.
Hail and well met.
I almost forgot Warwick Hill. Cause this room's still pretty great. 2 might, 2 constitution, 2 intellect. Actually, this one here would be great against, you know, if we were actually fighting dragons. Cause that damage against beast. But anyway, Dragon Slayer. Eight hours have passed. Try to click on the door. Yeah, by the way, Durant, let's talk a bit. Fashion.
If doubts and curiosity plague,
Margaret. Our questions.
I suspect the
Region. So, what would the god have?
gods have taken flesh, in all respects, taking willing and unwilling vessels. It's not a violation, it's what gods do, as long as they accept all that comes with it. Men are weak. Gods? Well, we showed old Widewen that he was flesh and blood, no matter how much light was pouring out of his farmer's hands. Took men of faith to build a weapon, a godhammer, judgment. Proved him dead at Halgot Citadel.
The one of the Druids' people, their independence, their fear they were denied. The Ashwas overstepped, the god hammer reminded Ashwas of this. Fire and force so terrible and so bright, burned the god away. Well, no, it burned brighter than ever, so he led him to it and burned him at the stake. That stake was the god hammer, and we impaled him on it. Then he fashioned it. Well, it's an easy shape in crafting it. The pieces, the curve of the rope. Even then, it was a massive thing, so they required a god to come to it rather than be cast at him. But luring him to it? That was the easy part. Gods are prideful. Climb to the fields once they remembered the farm, perhaps. The field try outside Howard Citadel. No, Godhammer Citadel. Try across the Ivan Dwyer Bridge, an easy trek. Men died, the more died luring Ifris into Ivan Dwyer. Carved veins and paths through the bridge, excavated the foundations, filled up powder, and ember-hungry grains, eager to burn. Our hands had pried the mortar and rock loose, shaped them to points so they might be rent from the foundations each, and tell through the place that we tend. So you used that against him.
We poured the god hammer into its foundations with faith. Set it alight. Let the hammer fall upwards onto the anvil. 8 died before the god hammer fell, and the god hammer claimed the remainder, 12 in all.
So, how are you still here then? Now as went back to the Emperor, for the grave. Thus his voice and his love of war, I'll tell you that much. Archer took owing the taunts by men, and that was enough to lure him across the bridge, right into the new sun. That red seriously helped right the arrogance of becoming so, which we answered that purge with one of our own. Purges.
We started saving the Aothasians from themselves, burning any that didn't die with their god. Heresy in Raed Ceres is one thing. Heresy here in the Deerwood comes with a more personal touch.
Hey, just answer the crimes with one of your own.
As I see it, every Aothasian who still lives in the Deerwood puts the nation at risk. Is another dagger held to the throat of
you
our
probably
faith.
don't get around
Root
too
them
well
out,
with Andrew, do you?
burn them, or send them back to Raed Ceres to...
Salvation. Well, to try to place out source of children. Any proof of trespass that alone speaks to it. Why may I have taken a god, but to put an outside flesh of a child, animals is madness. So, did you see what happened? It was a woman could have chalked that to female weakness. Seriously. Then the Catman could have chalked that to them being animals. Then more and more souls ended up at their claws. They got anything to do with place them within a cage with those they say to see the craft shape the craftsman, let the children tell the tormentors apart. Gonna give a taste of what they should suffer. It's meager fell for us both.
I suspect the ant...
Nightfall.
Tales. Reminders. Something to think upon. Devotions I can wrap my mind around when... I find symbols are a greater source of devotion than words. Texts. If there were many texts to be had. Texts remind me of a deer, the perfume of aristocracy.
Why don't you try this? Why are you tired of the spoken word so quickly?
The War of Black Trees and this staff I carry are the only hymns and devotions I need. And it's a symbol, one that the faith...
And we ran out of questions with him.
Yes.
Again. Oh, well, we tried. So, hey, remember the priest over here that had no use? Well, now he has a use. We should go talk to him. And find out about these ruins. So we can then go to these ruins. And I'm out of water. Unfortunate that. But when the video is about done anyway. But yeah, you weren't here last time, it was just Selby Hill. Wasn't it?
Out with you! I already told
And
you
you
what...
have a voice.
I'm sorry.
Means you're
I thought you were
important.
one of those ruffians.
Someone has put this priest to the test. No one nearly ever got enough by my major and amateurs work.
How may I help you?
What happened to you?
I never saw their faces. Strange, hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relog.
Don't we need
Most
to
of
go
the
there
brigands
better?
who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry. They wanted to know where Cleoban Relog was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
Right. That doesn't sound like the letter key, Doug. No, it doesn't actually. The letter key would have known it's there. They would have known exactly where it is. They would have had spies sitting on top of it, just waiting for the other spies to somehow find their spies. But sure, why not? Something else I can help you? Yeah, can you tell me what about
The Glanfathan tribe that guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us, too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you,
dangerous plots before
I'll
them,
need to know
and I
your
need to stop
reason.
it.
If that's the case, then we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relog here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
You must gather.
You must. Yes, we must gather our party before moving forward. I know. Let's gather your party before venturing forth. So what you're saying is I need to go to the crossing, then up from the crossing. Gotcha. Cause everyone wanted to go hill, and the main quest wanted me to go hill. So we should probably go hill. Let's see, the way up would be this way, wouldn't it? 4 hours have passed, not enough for my walls to get finished. I forget that there's an old dungeon up here. Or just...
This is the place. My big brother's last battle. I wish I could tell you what we're looking for. Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of rain has him buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, all right?
I'll see. Church for Bat Forever was signed to the Saints' War. Oh. Man stands before you with face mirror queen in awkward dies, hides in first card fighting, holds a spear in one hand.
What brings you here?
Bet you're very Testamore. You were lucky the 3 Jaguar hunt over quarry today. Third Testamore? Have the farms gone to feel for trees and mention your name? We are the fiercest of the 6 tribes ever. And we are the guardians of that mine road now. What do you know about it? It's a sacred place of the builders, and now your feet no ours or solid stones. The grasses, however, will go gladly water with your blood. Builders, they know by our names that you intend to farm folk. They're the ancients for this place, they're Graffians, basically. When we of the 6 tribes guard their legacy. So I'm looking for a group who may have already entered the ruin. So are we. That's why we wait here. And that's why I have decided to let you leave in peace. You know those individuals remind me too, if you let me bring them out for you. And allow even more Moran to trample sacred ground? Certainly not. See, the fame mathematical aptitude with the plant farmers are not overestimated. So what will you do? We will wait. Inside they might come out. When they do... I see. They do not come this way again.
Not much here.
I have to just murder them for just getting in my way, but... You know, hey, there's a body.
Too recent.
Exactly. Defense against hobbled, step paralyzed, damage reduction against pierce. Not terrible.
Nothing over here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing. I think I see... No. Never mind.
Those face painters can't guard that place forever. These ruins are claimed, friend. On your way.
You have a name.
No need to get riled, boys.
Go
We're just
for it.
passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Eothasian. How about that? A godless sack of shit. We got a blazing corpse worshiper on our hands.
Actually, they never found the body.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges, didn't we, Pag?
Seamstresses?
Make your cracks now. Got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
That has nothing to do with God's decision.
Doesn't matter who it was for anyway. Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
You know, this also falls into that category. You know the whole Skyrim argument we brought up? Hell, the whole Skyrim argument we brought up is actually something that has been brought up actually online, which I've read over a bit, and yeah, it's amusing still. The whole... that basically just random, common bandits. Well, looters, but still. They don't have the ability to actually assess that we are over level them. We're better equipped than them. Well, no, he's not wearing. I wish I was wearing something worthwhile. Might be wearing maybe some fine plate armor. It doesn't look like plate armor. Fine mail armor then, but still. They don't have the processing to assess that we are better equipped than them. Like, literally, my sword is on fire. Your hammer should technically be on fire, shouldn't it? Your hammer should be on fire. I mean, it's sort of. It's not as impressively shown, though. But yeah.
What? Mind your aim!
What is it?
Kill them all!
It's no use!
They were right. That was short work.
Exactly. So, oh, he had an exceptional breastplate. Huh. Wow. I was expecting less impressive Gil. And, wait, he just had padded armor? Seriously, he just had padded armor. Wow, that's pretty shit. Not gonna lie.
What is it?
What's this, though? Ah, here we go. This is probably what you're looking for. There's a metal object patrolled from a mound of watery river soaked. Both hands you and Edward began digging the mud until the object is this large. Put your hand around and pull it from the wet earth. The opposite is a steel semi-circular frame. What size your fist? At even points around the semicircle, Jade points out like tons of flame. The rays of a rising sun. At the sun centers the curved silver of a flawless plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Ray at Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
I could take a turn, Aspert. It's a thought. Lots of people would have touched this. 10 pairs of poor Citron Mara most likely, but I would say it's actually true. They're fighting for it, why I heard Sarah Sponge. Not a lot to hang hopes on, but hey, we were lucky to find anything else. Besides, we need to go back though anyway when we finish uphill. Goes back to Defiance Bay, I guess. Unless we spot my brother's bones laying about on our way out. What's the plan?
As you wish.
A broken bird's lies before you most appears to have come into the river, potentially still leaking. Two jagged edges on either side of the river. You see a giant patch in the mountain on the other side. Well, let's jump. You clear the gap for an instant. So basically, you can't go in this way. Urgh. This is sacred land. Well, I'll just go around you guys. How about that? Yep, it's gonna be a dungeon. Part of me thinks I should have ended the video before doing this. Oh well. Shouldn't be too big because most of them haven't been this big yet. I mean, the tower's what? 3 floors? The sanitarium was not very 2 floors technically.
What is it?
But anyway, you know the drill. Crouch down and avoid, you know, blowing yourself up. How does it look on the map? Level 1. Fuck. Okay, well this might be longer than I anticipated. But hey, we got a troll. Trolls.
That's for my...
I think we'd have harder stuff. But then again, we've had, you know, high-level traps in places that didn't have hard things. So who
As
knows
you
what we
wish.
have here. We had more trolls.
Yes, Got you.
The thing is, it confuses me because it says the fire lunges, but then it also says he pulls an enemy to him. It's like, wait, what?
Well,
How can you lunge and pull at the same time? That's just silly. I don't think it works like that. I should probably be crouched. I think this here's the main entrance. And this dungeon actually looks a bit long. Probably should have ended the video. Oh well. Doesn't matter that much, but you know. Oh shit.
Look there!
Traps, everyone. Traps. Not just burst trap. That's actually, you know, a bit amusing because not just burst on his patch, but living at, you know, cloud. Yeah, we've had those cloud traps in the Wodaka temple, which doesn't make sense for them to have that stronger traps. But well, black ooze. And I probably don't need to be fighting with my, you know, my...
as you wish.
Bitch with the cloud traps. Like, I was fighting an enemy. That's rude.
It's no trouble.
Something tells me I probably shouldn't be able to lock
Hope that
this,
helps.
but I lockpicked it, so... What's in this room? Animats? Seriously? You things? I thought these things in a...
That's it! No
Sure. You're not that strong.
Of course. Shh.
Is this Kurt trapped? Ooh, a tiny animat. What's my run after some of this? This minute animat seems to be functioning normally despite its size. It blazes with soul energy. Oh, so he has a shield. It's not bad. Retaliation. I mean, it's not bad. For a minor plate, you know. I still prefer large shields, but sure. Another pet for the collection. Durance, what are you doing in town?
Yes. Shh.
Durance, you know, we need to sneak. Cause you never know how many more traps they have in this damn place. Also, oh, the wall's done. Well, you know what that means. Friggin' quest. I want the other wall constructed. There are no traps? Can I just run down there and murder the troll? Or is it gonna be like, here's a trap right here?
That's it!
We're the...
Never mind, I'm already dead. Boy, I've got
What
to
is it?
use my powers. Unfortunate that.
As you wish.
So, we need to get over there somehow. How?
They won't see me
Oh,
coming.
you two leveled up. Let's see, what do I want for you? More mechanics? Sure, why not? Paladin abilities. What do I want for the paladin abilities? Let's see. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting new things, but yeah. So when the paladin downs an enemy, gives defense to strap on. That's not bad. The marking enemies is not bad. Two for the rest though, but Agnes of loyalty, confuse strong to dominate cowards have severe accuracy penalties when attacking the meh. Reinforce extortion commands an ally to redouble their efforts in improving their deflection. Well, that's not bad. It's not bad, but only 2 per encounter. So it'd be a. So it's basically, hey, you could waste that on 2 characters that aren't actually in the fight, really. Coordinate attack. Defense against stuff. Deep arrest. Oh, and increased attack speed is not bad, but I think I want Inspire and Triumph, so that way when you kill something, it gives a bonus to all defenses for allies in the area, which could be useful. And what you get? Level 5 powers. President is a powerful compulsion to obey the cipher across all enemies in the area, dominating the target and charming all overs. The problem though is 50 focus. He's never gonna have 50 focus because the way because since I haven't sent to damage, he's just gonna constantly. I'm gonna spend my abilities, so I don't have any focus to use these things. And that's enemies intelligence, perception. Detonate. Turns the turrets. Splinters the turret so shield force and inflicting raw damage to them. Targets low endurance explode. Yeah, ringleader and detonates sound fun. Champion's never gonna get used those, but oh well.
What is it?
So, any traps down this way? More druids.
Arthur, word.
So it's no question of how we can get through him.
Ugh, I'm no help here.
How may I help?
But yeah, it's literally one of those questions of how did the lead and key just get past all these corrupted druids and stuff?
Of
Cause you know,
course.
this.
Hot
So that's the it's just that's pretty bad.
That's for my friend.
No could probably cross the code without. Okay, stop. Can people find or win? Sunset brings darkness to a never map in this. Darts of the sky.
As you wish.
Yeah, just more corrupted druids. Just milling about, doing their thing.
Keeping an eye out.
Traps? No, yes, maybe. Traps. Mushrooms, sporlings, dank shrooms, dank shrooms.
Gotcha!
Oh, jeez, what happened there? What happened there? So Luke hit. So Luke. Why did you have to go and shoot Durance? Durance doesn't like being shot. Echo confusion. Confusion bad, yo.
That one hit.
That thing's good. Confusion bad.
That's it!
Fucking trap.
That's for my friends. That's it!
By the way, blessing.
No
By the way, by the way, blessing.
That's it!
By the way, that thing. Can you stop
Yes.
using that on him? Jesus.
That's for my friends.
That's not very hard.
And what does the flame reveal?
So you're already telling me is this here's the way to progress. Okay. Ooh, fine male armor. We're wearing, you know, exceptional stuff. We're not even gonna get stuff to make more exceptional stuff from hell. Stop making Durance confused, like seriously. Oh god.
As you wish.
So we could go down this way. But what's up this way? And over here? No more druids.
That one hit true. Moe Ixi.
Move. More here.
What is it?
The infestation maggots. Oh no, she left the stronghold because we didn't hire her, even though she doesn't really provide much prestige.
That's it!
I went for... Oh, that's a swamp lurker. I was considering I went forest lurkers were dangerous. I remember when forest lurkers were dangerous.
Look there!
Yeah, apparently we have high enough mechanics that we could just spot things. We don't really need to scout anymore. My scouting work though. Oh,
Not even!
so green. Oh, this color.
That's it!
Worth and wrath!
They don't really do much, but they're still at least a thing. At least we can just cast it.
Of course.
Yeah, we went forward, so it's hard. I remember that. Go around sounded to two of them. Now it's like, oh yeah, that was just a thing. We got this. But yeah, we've reached the point where we have enough mechanics that we don't really need to scout. Because we should just automatically detect. Which, hey, I think we pretty much covered this whole place, technically. Which basically means it's time to move to level 2. Yay, level 2. And yes, game, I know. She has left the stronghold. I get it. Yeah, but just imagine if we didn't, you know, have all this money. That we didn't use all that money to, like, get excess stuff. We would have lagged behind. This wouldn't have been easy. If we didn't have half the stuff we have, to be honest. Especially if half my stuff wasn't exceptional now. Still not sure which is better. This sword for these things? Well, none of them are really beasts, so... Shrug. I'm sorry.
How
We're
about
just
that?
literally standing on top of this trap and it's not going.
There you go.
That's concerning. NPCs with gold plates were designed by our backers. Interacting with them allows us to experience each one's unique history. Woo. Some of them count for murder, some of them don't.
A blade in the dark.
I'm gonna put traps each hill. Well, I might just be thinking, you know, Baldur's Gate. Also, one of those doors, but I could lockpick it, so. But I'll give the game the benefit of doubt and go through these side passages. Fuck.
Look there!
Well, now you're being... bounding missiles. Oh, just that. Well, at least now you're being, you know...
Hope that helps.
Now we're getting into traps at more my speed. Oh, it's a high animate.
Nice and quiet.
Phantoms.
What? As you
Seem a bit
wish.
too easy, don't they? Time was a vow to the goddess, no blessing to reap and no mercy to sow. Peter comes since I could portray a procession marching to an altar. A lone figure lies upon the altar. And an old man with the procession drives a dagger into his heart. Something floats from the dying man into the white stone perched above the altar.
Bring them down!
Somehow we knocked down the animat. Not entirely sure, but yeah. Take the animat. Animats are basically like those forge knights we made. That's better should very add.
That's to my friends! As you wish.
A pull with a key. Maybe that key goes to that door back.
Not a sound.
Probably. And where else is it gonna go? Man and woman carved from lustrous art or pour over the contents of her face at their feet. Woo. Yeah, it probably goes to that door. But what else have we got in these Ingrifian ruins? More spirity things. Because of course we do have more spirity things. Why wouldn't we have more spirity things? Okay, I sort of like Edgar's new ability. He just pulls things to him. It gives him some meaning of taunt, technically, in a way. I'm trying to click on that. For H-shaped stone set up. Short. Now, parasors all face an altar in the middle of the room. Hey, is this where that person got sacrificed? And that's just where that person got sacrificed. So are those soul crystals? Maybe. Soul eggs. So we're just asleep back.
Nothing I can do!
Probably. Heard from the lustrous art part of the contents of the face at the feet. Just a bigger statue this time. So does this open this door? Yeah, it does. So what's this way then?
And what does the flame reveal?
There's like a bunch of these
Reveal.
eggs. Art seems to grow from the center of power and seems to spill down the... I was reading that. Some steps you can take within the art.
Yes. Laying low.
And hey, more animate. I was gonna read that, but I'm not too man.
That's it!
Stop that.
Bring them!
Seems to have better put on this column an array of men in loincloth, an army of men in loincloths and hides discovered, dwarfed by a dozen full suits of armor that loom over them. Seeing images, the armors crush the army. Well, I mean, yeah. That makes more sense.
Of course.
If the armor's better equipped, yeah. But I'm better equipped than the armor, so go figure. I guess this leads to back hill. So where does this lead?
And what does the flame reveal?
Ooh, an Arthur animat. He looks biggin'.
It's
12%, yeah. So he has the core plus 2 perception, whatever. Oh, and some awakened orc. What we got here? Fine metal armor? Okay.
of
I see you over there.
course.
This is really hard. Got it. There's a man with swinging hammers and heating an iron above a forge for this alcove. Yeah, I get this. There's a forge. Fires an iron.
They won't see me coming.
Thousands of foes. Okay. More rain blight.
No prisoners! As you wish. They won't see me coming.
Oh yeah, the key opens this door. What's behind this door? Plot?
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, there's a third level. Wasn't expecting a third level. Oh, never mind, this is back to level 1. Alright, we're over here now. Makes sense. But we saw over here and we're like, wait, how do we get over here? Alright, that's how we get over here. Oh, hey, well. There's one of those things. High thing. More of these machines. More of these dust piles. His resting thing into the by a faint interest towards the dust blooming over his wake. As you draw closer, whisper instructions echoing in your ears, and anticipation warms your blood. In a vision, you see the same stone machine you approached moments ago, but from a different height and angle, as if through different eyes. You remember that some of your brethren were sent here months before, yet you see no sign of anyone has been here. At the coastlands are covering a fine layer of dust ash. You know suddenly what this will cost you, and you are ready. The orders were clear. There's the machine and this were wearing off. A child had been born not far from Druid recently. It's so intact. The machine would need to be reactivated. You and your companions take out your possessions. You shall find a look of information between yourselves. You don't know. They don't know your name, and they don't, and you don't know theirs. We know that you're doing the work of the gods together. For none of the rest matters. 2 carbons of stone in the middle of the machine grinding from motion. They rotate in opposite directions, picking up speed until they spin like freshly greased carriage wheels. The wind shrieks through the cavern and is sewing with the stone rings. Put your hands through your ears and grit your teeth against the noise. Right your eyes when you glimpse new movement. Rows of triangle flaps around the machine open like petals. You don't know what's happening in the machine, but you feel tingling at your extremities. Searing pain spreads through your body, a hot knife separating every tissue and ligament within you. Otherwise, feels as you are following toward the machine, stirring magic into your spine. What happens next is too fast to process. Waiting for a vision, find yourself nearing a gasp rail, holding your head. You towers between your knees gradually come into focus. As you catch your breath, you remember the strange scene you saw outside the list, where several figures fell amongst the highway byway. Look at this ash go across the camera, around the lake. He has been doing this wilderness all over the railroad. So basically, they've been messing with the souls of children and the wheel and all that shit. Which is bad, you know? Well, that time we only lost 41 to bandits. Something in the ether hums and buzzes through your teeth. So can we turn it off? Apparently we can't turn it off. That's unfortunate, because, you know, I would turn it off, you know? So it stops disrupting the natural order of things. No, we're not going to turn it off. Apparently that's all I had to do, is just come here and investigate that, hey, they were doing things here. There was a machine they turned on. And that's all I had to do. Well, those have to go literally all the way out, you know. I have to turn on fast mode for this. Basically what we've gained so far is knowledge that they were using this machine to basically stop the natural order of souls. Because, oh no, a baby was born with its soul intact. We can't have that. We have to have those souls be removed. Like, wait, what? But also we know that basically most of these things move souls to where we don't know. We know the one in Defiance Bay was basically there to halt the souls in the area, so basically the souls wouldn't leave the area. Thus they would stay inside those dead bodies. Even though the bodies were dead, souls would still remain though. This, not entirely sure. Something about moving souls. Probably not good. Now let's jump back over. See? We totally didn't bother the ruins, guys. Totally didn't bother those ruins. Totally didn't bother them. Hi. Time for what has ended, customer go. Ah, I totally didn't go in though. I think usually I ended up murdering them, but yeah. That means I've done that. Time to go back to Brackenberry. Cause we did the stuff. Oh, so, while we're here, I'm gonna save and leave off. Hope you all enjoyed, thank you all, and have a nice day.